Get you through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
G'day, folks. Sometimes you're just a humble tradie. You're just trying to get your job done and just, make enough money to feed your family and live a really reasonable life. But then you've got to jump over some of these hurdles. And some of these hurdles are just people putting it on you.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
It's so tough for the boys sometimes, isn't it? When they're so hot and attractive and muscly and, well equipped that women can't help themselves.
Oh, my gosh. Just trying to get the job done. Building Australia. Fun little chat this morning about when it's been put on you at work. I'll tell you what, there'll be a lot of tradies working around Adelaide today with their shirts off and just really, really getting their jobs done at the same time. Probably doing it in a very sexy way.
Yeah, and I don't want to speak on behalf of all women, but I will when I say thank you to the cute tradies, because you just brighten our little day in ways that you don't even know. When you drive past a work site, and years we've been objectified when we walk past work sites, we get whistled at, etc., etc. But now I just feel like the tables are turned.
Yeah, right, okay.
So all the, middle-aged mums who are dropping their kids off just go past a work site and
How do you feel about that, boys? How do you feel about that?
They feel real good.
Being objectified
That's
like that.
fine. They're fine. They like it.
No complaints so far.
No. Building a house right across from my house at the moment. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good quality.
You're really getting
It's good quality home.
Really getting your steps up, aren't you? Joe's Sid the dog. Oh, my God. I'm exhausted. I can't go for another block.
But I'm not even going round the block. I'm just like going to the end of the street and back.
Yeah. It's like, what is going on? Mix it up, Mum, for goodness sake. I've got a bunch of tradie mates.
Yeah.
And I would say the majority of them are builders. And before we get into it, it's just a really, really quick question. Sexiest trade?
Sexiest trade? Oh, sheepers. Give me some options here.
Well, you got a chippy.
Yeah.
So builder, electrician, you got a landscaper.
Bricklayers.
Bricklayers, concreters.
I don't know. This. I like. Oh, okay. I've got it.
What's that?
I love a good landscape gardener.
Oh, okay. Landscaper. Producer Em, your husband is a builder.
Yep.
Is he not?
Fiance. Let's just clarify that, everyone.
Wow.
Sorry, yeah.
He hasn't sealed the deal yet.
Took long enough to get the ring. We're still waiting on the wedding. Anyway, he installs flooring,
Right, okay.
which is it's not one of the classic trades, I'd say, but he calls himself a tradie. Wears high vis, good enough for me.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. Farmers Union, all that.
No.
No? No Kransky for breakfast?
Bacon and egg roll and a double shot espresso. He goes hard.
Ooh, double shot espresso. La-dee-da for Michael. I got a heap of tradie mates, a lot of them the builders. One bloke in particular has been hit on a couple of times.
Oh.
And reasonably recently, genuinely hit on doing a job at a house. I'm not talking about flirtatious. I'm talking about actually put on him. And he's married, happily married.
Okay, so
He is a good-looking rooster, I will say that. But does this happen? Or is this, because I've been told as well that sometimes they use these particular plots for particular movies. No idea what that person who told me that was talking about.
like
but
when Harry met Sally and that sort of stuff.
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle, that sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a one-off? Or could it possibly happen?
I can't imagine even if the cutest tradie in the world came to my house, and I am happily married with a lot of children and Sid the dog, I can't imagine in what universe, even if I was single, that I would say to a tradie, let's go.
Yeah, but more so, let's say if you were single though. If you were genuinely single.
Don't put that on me again.
No. Let's not play
I've been there. It
hypotheticals.
wasn't fun.
So, it really intrigues me that he's found himself in this situation.
Yeah.
Politely declined, of course.
Do you have an understanding of what she actually said to him, or can you not say that at 8:14 when there are children in
I can't say it at 8:14, nor can I say it at any time of the day.
Really?
So, yeah, it wasn't
was
flirtatious.
blunt.
It was pretty blunt.
It was pretty much an offer on the table.
Really, really floored him.
Okay.
So he didn't know how to respond to it in terms of really aggressively saying no.
Okay. Well, let's do this 13, 24, 10. When have you been hit on at work?
Yeah. Genuinely propositioned.
Yeah.
Outrageous stuff. And he's a builder.
Yeah.
Is it happening to the concreters?
I don't know. Certainly would happen to a landscape gardener.
Yeah.
Jeez, they're just the next level of tradies, aren't they?
When have you been hit on at work? And take us through the situation. I'm just so intrigued from a tradie point of view as well, if this actually happens somewhat on the reg.
I have heard of there being, for tradies who are single, who have sort of regular situations like this, of people leaving certain things in windowsills when they might be home alone, you know what I mean, as a signal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that the like the upside down pineapple thing?
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
That sort of vibe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now we're getting somewhere.
I know.
We're just scratching the surface, though.
We want to peel back the curtain a little bit more, though, as much as we can.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, Chloe. What have you been hit on at work?
Good morning. Yes, many moons ago when I worked at Subway, I used to get, would you like my foot long or can you only handle a 6-inch one?
Oh, yuck.
Come on. And
Oh, my goodness.
and what about the majority of blokes? Did they actually think that they were clever saying that?
Oh, I think some of them did, but it got really old really, really quick.
Yeah.
I worked there for about 7 years, and by the end of it, I was just like,
Heard it all before, buddy.
Goodness me.
Heard it all before.
Chloe, I'm going to digress here for just a moment, but have the Subway people ever thought of doing something in between the 6-inch and the foot long, like a 3/4? Because that's what I'm there for, a 3/4.
Well, I'm the same, but now that I have kids, I just normally cut off the extra bit that I don't want and give it to them.
Yeah, right, gotcha.
I'm confused.
You're only a what if away from a holiday with whatif.com.
You could go to the dentist or the kids' sports.
But what if it was a weekend on the coast instead?
Book hotels, holiday rentals, apartments and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
It is a very special day across Adelaide today.
It is Are You OK Day. So it is so important to check in with someone, particularly who you know in your gut isn't doing so well. And I just very quickly wanted to chat about a young girl who I met when she was 15. Her name was Lucy Marsh. And she'd been heavily bullied at school, Hayesy, so from 13 onwards. And when you're 13, you know life's tough as it is, let alone that pile on. And, you know, when we were kids, we'd go home, there were no phones, there was nothing, no computers, nothing that can continue that bullying well into the night.
Yeah.
But now it's just a whole new ball game for these kids. So she suffered depression. She was in and out of hospital. She had absolutely no self-worth or self-esteem at one point there. And so through a mutual friend of ours, Shani, she was a netballer. And so she met her in netball circles. Shani was living in Melbourne at the time. So she rang me and she said, look, there's this young girl who I know isn't doing well. Do you mind catching up with her for a coffee and just having a chat? Shani, having known that I also had bouts of depression and my own mental health struggles on and off. It's never been long going, but I have experienced what it can be like. So I caught up with her. I'll never forget this day. We went for a walk around the uni loop and there was this young girl and she was 15 and I felt so helpless because she was in a really bad state, the worst possible state that you could be in. And I just thought, I have no words. I don't know how to help her and she needed some professional help. Anyway, fast forward 8 years later, she stood up bravely in front of her school, told her story, sort of confronted all the bullies that had been horrible to her and explained to everyone how that had made her feel. And at the age of 22, she's got a job now. She's working night shift. She's absolutely loving it, working in the health space. And with the help of her mum, Nat, she's recovered for now. She's been diagnosed with bipolar. She's embraced that. She's on the right medication, so she's on the right path. The point of all this is she had a message at the end of her podcast that I listened to this morning before coming to work. It's called Beyond the Back Paddock with Lucy Marsh. I want everyone to have a listen to this and just have a real think about mental health and how it might be affecting those people around you.
Any question that I've ever had regarding my life, I've always had it within me. I've just needed a circle of love around me to bring it out. And it may have taken 8 years for me to get well. And at some stage I might be unwell again. But I know the only thing that brought me out of that was love, not only from other people, but from myself too. So yeah, I think love is the only thing that will save us.
I think that's an important thing. We've got to learn to love ourselves as well, particularly when that internal conversation's trying to tell us quite the opposite.
It's a big message and just how powerful words are.
Yeah.
Like particularly in all facets, in all ages, both negative and positive.
Yeah.
What good can come from positive words, but just what bad things can come from negative words, particularly in the playground. Like the old school sticks and stones will break my bones, all that. That's just absolute crap because it's all about words.
Words hurt.
It can completely shape the future.
Words can really hurt, and especially in that online space, you think you're talking to no one. Well, people read that stuff and it has a profound impact, and it did on her. I'm so happy to say she's doing really well now, and I would implore any parent in particular who might be struggling with a young child or a teenager who is having depression issues, please have a listen to that podcast, because I think you'll find some solace in it and knowing that you're not alone. And the other thing that stuck with me there, Lucy said, I might be well now, but I mightn't be down the track. I think the thing is, with depression, anxiety, mental health, it never goes away.
It's ongoing.
So you might think someone's cured or, they're better or whatever it might be. It's a battle, and it can be a battle every single day. So just be kind to those people around you. And if this has triggered anything for you, please call Lifeline 13 11 14. But to Lucy, if you're listening this morning, I'm so proud of you, doll.
Yeah, good stuff, Lucy. Fantastic podcast as well. Make sure you give it a listen. It is Are You OK Day. So anyone you think might need a chat, just feel free, reach out.
It was quite warm yesterday. Did you go out and enjoy perhaps the uni loop?
I told you, and I think it made it onto our Instagram page, that there was a shirt thief in North Adelaide, specifically in the uni loop area, and I was robbed. I was robbed as soon as I stepped foot on that track.
Yes.
Bang,
Yeah.
I got robbed by the shirt thief. I'm just so thankful that it was such a nice day and I
Yeah.
didn't freeze to death.
That's so lucky, isn't
I
it?
thought, I'm here, so I might as well just keep running.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I just have to say, I'm so sorry you were a victim. I'm so sorry. You okay?
I'm always the victim here. You don't know what it's like.
I don't know.
What it's like.
No, because I'm not prone to running shirtless.
We shouldn't have to live like this. It's not right.
Talk us through what happened, please.
Oh, so there was that incident, and then there was another incident.
Oh.
Can you believe it as well? And I'm not trying to pull your leg here. For the second time this year, I was crapped on by a bird. First time was much worse, to the point where I think I had post-traumatic stress for so long. I was wearing one of those genuine big motorbike helmets for the fear of a bird crapping on me, because the first time it actually went in my mouth.
I know.
But this one was really strange because it hit me directly on top of my head.
Right.
In that specific spot of the back, sort of top back where blokes start to go bald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it felt like someone sort of dropped a rock on top of my head.
Yeah.
It felt like a genuine slap.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, that's a strange, unusual feeling.
God, the trauma of your run yesterday.
No, so the first part was like, did I just get crapped on? Mm-hmm. And then getting almost a quarter of a handful of bird turd on my head going,
my God.
confirmation, yes, did just get crapped on. But secondly, why did that feel like sort of crap on skin contact?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hang on. Shouldn't my hair have cushioned the fall?
Do you want me to have a look?
Oh my god!
Do you need to squat down?
I had
You
a
can turn
look.
it around and I can give you a real honest appraisal.
Don't worry, I had a genuine solid look, and I'm speaking to so many blokes here, and there's always that moment, and there's the ads, you know, the hair loss ads.
Yeah.
My turning point.
Yes.
I think I had one of them because I took photos of my little dome, and yeah, there's a genuine little strip there. It's just almost ready for a little helicopter to land. So, I mean, just keep your eyes peeled for the latest TV advertisement. So I was just like going for a run, and I felt like this sort of slap on top of my head, and I looked up and it was like a big bird, and it turned out it had pooped on my head, and that was when I knew that I was genuinely going bald, and that was my turning point. Everyone's got one. Well, most blokes have one. For you lucky buggers who don't have to worry about going bald, well done. There's always a moment, because I knew I was receding, but I didn't know that I was losing at the back there as well.
Back.
It hurts my soul.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You know who'd be good in this situation, because the other night when you went to the McGarry and you were dressed up in a black tie and you thought you were looking schmick, you were like, I'm almost a chance when I get home to get some tonight because I look so good.
8.5 month pregnant wife.
Yeah. And she turned to you, she said, I don't know what's going on here, but you looked gaunt.
Yeah, gaunt. I thought it was old, but she said gaunt. But also, I sort of wonder if, had I not been running shirtless, whether it would have happened before. Because I can tell you right now that was a message from Nature and Birds.
Yes.
That was their version of, put a shirt on, you know.
Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Bangers.
Yep. Two fiercely competitive comrades just fighting for musical supremacy.
That's what's happening here.
That's what's going on.
Let's go to the scoreboard.
You're always going to the scoreboard. You want to go to the scoreboard for song as well?
Just keep those two entities very separate. Thank you very much.
This is Battle of the Bangers.
You're such a child. Oh, I'm losing this competition, but let's talk about the other competition that I'm winning. Okay, mate. You
Says
four.
if it was in reverse, you'd do the exact same thing, you
not
giant
true.
child.
Resent that. I resent you right about now. Battle of the Bangers this week. So, would you like me to go first?
Yeah, sell your song. What do you got?
Okay, so the meaning behind this song is it's about not being okay, which is a good day today because it's Are You OK Day. So it's an absolute banger, and I chose it because as well as being a song about not being okay, I also saw it on a promo for the footy finals on Channel 7. I thought, oh, geez, that's a good song.
It feels like that's where you got it from. You're like, I like this tune, I'm going to use it. But you've tried to find
A deeper meaning?
a deeper spot
But really, it was
to
just
sell it.
on the AFL promo.
You're allowed to say, I just think it's a ripping tune. Epic by Faith No More.
You like that?
I don't reckon a lot of people would be familiar with Faith No More.
It's not
I think
about
everyone knows the song. It's a good song.
Well, it's not about the band, it's about the song.
It
That's
is
why
about
it's
the
Battle of
song.
the Bangers, not Battle of the Bands.
Yes, okay. You should not have this much confidence with that song, that's all I say.
Really?
You sure it's going to win?
I never said that. I just like the song.
Okay. Sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. Here it is. Let's call it right now, folks.
I know.
Toto Africa. Everyone's second favourite song.
I would argue that
Everyone's go-to karaoke song.
I would argue that when the Port Adelaide players are in the rooms about to run out on Saturday night, they won't be playing Toto by
will be.
Africa. No, they won't.
Look at Charlie Dixon and the boys.
Just
Bring back Hamish Hartley. Get the drums back.
this little Zach Butters in the corner.
Out in the night. Go up, Zach.
Go on, thank you. Hey, Connor.
Solitary.
It's my favourite bit.
Connor Rosie. All right, so that's my song.
Okay.
Toto Africa. Two good songs.
As Kilimanjaro. What does that light even mean?
No one knows.
The Serengeti.
No one knows what that means. If you do know, sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti,
Yeah, give us a call.
send us a text. All right, get voting. At Jodie and Hayesy. Faith No More, Epic, or Africa by Toto.
Just play a bit of my song just to go out, just to be fair.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's gone. I'll play it
Of
again.
course it is.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daisy.
Thursday, beautiful Thursday. Oh, soak up this sunshine and let's take a little trip down memory lane. The 14th of September, today as well is Are You OK Day. Very, very special and important day on the calendar. If you've got a mate, reach out, and it doesn't matter what sort of answer you think you're going to get, ask the question.
And I was reading somewhere that on Are You OK Day, ask once, and then if you still think in your gut something's not right, ask again.
1860, French acrobat Charles Blondin walked a tightrope across the Niagara Falls while walking on stilts.
What?
Yes, and I could just imagine the anxiety. It's exactly what it feels like for me when I come home and have a couple of beers and I know that both my kids are asleep in bed, haven't gone to their beds, so I'm not allowed to wake them up. I've got to get through and somehow have a shower. That's the sort of anxiety I feel like Big Chuck was going through as well.
Yeah.
1987, Sunday, New York Times achieved a record as the heaviest ever newspaper. It weighed more than 5.4 kilos and the most massive single issue of a newspaper, 1,612 pages.
That's a lot of news.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, and I speak on behalf of all journalists. Wouldn't it be nice to have a newsroom that full of journos?
Oh my gosh. Or some of the newsrooms now, there's only about 3 or 4 journos in there.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we need 1,600 pages. Tomorrow, you got a deadline, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Go.
Sure.
2017, Rebel Wilson was awarded $4.5 million in damages after she sued Women's Day magazine after they made her out to be a serial liar, which is just disgraceful. I mean, as far as I know, Women's Day in some of those magazines has never, ever told a lie or absolutely gone ridiculously overboard about anyone.
No.
Number one song on September 14, 2004 was Leave, Get Out by JoJo.
Oh, JoJo.
She's only 32.
Is she?
So by my calculation, I mean, she was only sort of, 23 Hang on. What year is it? 20 years ago? Hang on, how old was she to put the song out? Hang on, what day is it? What station's this? All right, that'll do for me.
Oh, God.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, donkey.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge. Just got valuable info.
Jodies Juice.
Well, the official trailer for the next installment of the hit anthology series American Horror Story, Delicate, has been released. So they've been teasing viewers for months and months now. But the new cast, which features Kim Kardashian, Cara Delevingne and Emma Roberts, has been dropped on Binge. This is the trailer for the highly anticipated Season 12.
You are an A-list star now. Focus on the good. You have a peculiar penchant for turning dreams into nightmares.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
That's Kim. She sounds all right.
She sounds just like Kim.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like going, wow, she's in acting mode.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's a harsh critique. Because you could very easily embarrass yourself in that situation for someone who's been accused of having no talent her whole life.
Yeah, but was it Fallon or was it something that she went on or Saturday Night Live? I reckon.
Yeah,
she
she
hosted
hosted
Saturday Night Live. She did a really good job.
She just read the auto cue, but still.
Still, that's bloody hard.
Putting yourself out there, isn't it?
Reading it flawlessly at the same time being funny and keeping up that tone and vibe.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's just what you...
Whoops, sorry, guys. Sorry, just sort of cut you off. We just went to the Academy Awards and you're in the middle of your speech.
I was just about
Music
to
started
say,
playing.
it's just like you reading the what if line. It's not just anyone can do that.
No.
It takes character, it takes skill.
I know it's about 8 words, but sometimes those words come out different places in my mouth.
I'll tell you what, they come out real quick.
Real quick. What if it's Aussie for travel?
All right.
That much we can guarantee. I'm going to press this.
Juice.
All right, what else you got?
Former One Direction star Liam Payne has been rushed to hospital with agonising kidney pain. So he fell on a trip. No, he didn't fall. He fell ill. Sorry.
Oh boy.
He didn't fall at all.
This is how rumours start too, by the
One
way.
defense.
A source has said that he actually fell. And you're going to end up in a new idea. It's going to be a friend of a friend. He actually fell.
Okay. One day fancy didn't fall. He fell ill on a trek to Lake Como in Italy with his girlfriend Kate Cassidy. And doctors are investigating the recurring problem, but he had to cancel his concerts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Disappointing, isn't it?
It's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah. Of all the One Directioners, would Liam Payne be the one you'd go and pay to see by himself?
By himself, obviously. The easy one. It's who's coming second because Harry Styles is first.
Yes.
See, I'm a big Niall fan.
Are you?
I'm a big Niall fan, but I'm into Zayn just because he's a bit of a bad boy. He's a bit of a recluse. Like he's a bit of an outcast, Zayn.
Yeah.
He didn't go in the same excuse the pun, but he didn't go in the same direction as the other boys in terms of being on the same page.
Yeah. With all due respect, I didn't ask you who you wanted to go on a date with. I asked you who you want to go and see.
I love them all equally, like my children.
Juicy.
Taylor Swift won 9 awards at the VMAs, so she basically took everything home. Now, I'm sure that you've been to awards nights, given how much footy you've played, where just the one person wins absolutely everything. How boring is it?
Yeah, that is a little bit boring.
Isn't it?
But particularly when, footy awards nights, there's probably 4 or 5, and then maybe the bloke who wins the most maybe wins 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But not as much as she did. It would have been so boring by the end of it.
Wouldn't it? I know.
It would have just been making things up like, best right shoe, Taylor Swift. Yes.
Yeah, so there we go. There's not much more to say about the VMAs. Not much happened. Apparently, although producer Zoe was saying that there was a rumoured rift between Justin Timberlake and Megan Thee Stallion, because, who saw that coming?
Yeah. I think it's Megan Thee Stallion too, isn't it? Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. That's okay. We're getting there. We're learning. Some of the outfits at the VMAs as well were absolutely outrageous.
Well, there was that girl yesterday. Who was it? Not Dua Lipa.
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Was dressed as a cobweb.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, no one saw that coming. She wasn't. She was paying about $3.60 to turn up as a cobweb. Outrageous odds.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's Jodies Juice.
Because of 30 degrees going. It's really stuffed me up a couple of
Well,
times.
it's thrown you out, hasn't it?
Oh, my gosh.
All these music variations because of the hot weather.
Yeah. Yeah, so just to peel back the curtains just a little bit and just to educate with some radio talk. When you hear the intro of a song before the vocals start kicking in, that's called You want to talk up to it.
Up to the
before you
vocals.
hit the post, is what they call it?
Yes, what you don't want to do is talk over the vocals because people get extremely triggered when radio announcers talk over the top of songs.
It's an art
Yes.
to talk right up to the last millisecond before the vocals kick in.
So, for example, on Hayesy's screen here, it will give him, say, 16 seconds. So
Yep.
you know you've got to talk for 16 seconds and then stop talking before, for example, Katrina and the Waves kicks in.
Yeah, so this was about half an hour ago. Just pinpoint the exact moment where I should have stopped talking leading up to one of our heat-themed songs.
And also for exactly how long you kept talking for when you should have stopped talking.
Oh, my God. Hey, coming up next, Jodes, I want to talk to you about a mate of mine who got hit on at work as a tradie. It's happened a couple of times. Outrageous stuff.
In the meantime, 30 degrees.
I know.
Say it again.
30 degrees. Come on. Cackle like a little lion. And also, as we do, Katrina and the Waves on Nova. Talking on Sunshine. Just a good 6 seconds over.
Oh,
That's okay. Good effort. That's fine.
You're hearing, you're trying.
Boss came in. Our boss Josh came in and was like, "Oh, geez, did you hit the post? Should we take it upstairs? Should we go to the yard?" I was like, "Mate, I was like Lee Matthews in '82. I snapped the post in half."
Oh, my God. You are like the Adelaide Crows who actually didn't hit the post.
Unbelievable
There we
stuff. Battle of the Bangers as well. Just a quick little recap. This was Jodies' song. Faith No More epic versus Toto Africa. And we love this. I think we've worked something out as well. I always get excellent starts. So jump on Jodie and Hayes on Instagram and you can vote for your favourite song. But I always get a nice little early lead. We might have worked it out this morning.
I think we've absolutely worked out. My husband's away at the moment. I haven't heard from him. I've texted him several times and heard nothing back. However, he has had time to vote. The first vote for your song, Toto Africa, was from Greg Oddie.
Yeah.
That's great. My husband, thank you so much.
Greg, appreciate that.
The second vote was from who?
It was from Oddie Media.
Oddie Media. Under the company name.
Greg's company, so
He's-
that's good. Is there any other social platforms that you can jump on there and vote for my song?
He is so busy voting for you in Battle of the Bangers that he hasn't had time to text his wife.
Yeah, that's fine. Love that, Greg. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Cast your vote, though. Jump on Jodie and Hazy, and tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to reveal the winner. Oh, listen, just take that up. What are your thoughts? Or maybe a bit of this. It's all there for you.
Mine's a bit of a pump up ahead of Port Adelaide playing tomorrow night.
That is true. Why didn't you use Never Tear Us Apart?
Because we're going to hear it tomorrow night.
Ah.
What was the point in that?
They're playing on Friday night?
Oh.
See you, folks. Bye.
Adelaide's Jodie and Hazy.